and welcome to Lecture Loops. Today we are going to study a very interesting sorting technique which is merge sort. So merge sort provides the complexity of order n log n in best case, average case and even in the worst case. Merge sort is based on divide and conquer strategy. That means it divides the problems into various sub-problems and then it gets a solution. So that is why it is called divide and conquer sorting technique. It is also a stable sort technique because it preserves the relative order of equal elements. And yes, even with these many features, merge sort has one drawback. So what is that drawback? That we will come to know later in the video. So please watch the video till end. So next is, yes, what is the basic technique in merge sort that is used? So first of all, we will be having an unsorted list and then we will divide this unsorted list from middle. We go on dividing it from middle until we have the sublist or subarray containing only a single element. So this is the divide part. So we can say that merge sort is basically divided into two parts. One is dividing and second is merging. So in dividing, we go on dividing and after that we apply two-way merge sort in these on these sub arrays. Okay, and finally we get the sorted list. How this happens? Let's see with an example. Suppose there is a list, unsorted list. This is our unsorted list and then we will divide this list from the middle. Like this. So this is the middle part. From here we divide the list. It is divided into two parts. 4 elements are here and 4 elements are here. Still they are unsorted. So after that again we are going to divide it into two parts. This list also and this list also. It is again divided into two parts. 50-30, 20-10, 80-40 and 70-90 like this. So we will go on dividing till we get a sublist or subarray having only a single element, because a single element is always sorted because there is no other element. So it is already sorted. It is same as like winning in a race in which only you are running. Okay, so you will definitely win. So in the same way we are having this array having only a single element, so we can say that it is sorted. So again we have divided all the list and we get these sublist or sub arrays having only a single element. So this is the divide part. So our divide part is completed. Now we have to merge these sublists. So we will take two sub arrays and then we will combine them. Okay, like this. But now the twist is, the catch is here, that while we are merging them or combining them, we must remember that the resultant list must be sorted. Like 30 should come here and 50 should come here. Okay. In the same way, when we are merging these two sub arrays, then we should remember that 10 should come here. So the resultant list or the sub array must be sorted and 20 will come here. In this way, we will in the merging we will also perform sorting. Okay. So the smaller element will go first and then the larger and then the larger, and in this way it will go on. Again we have now these list subarrays. So now again we are going to combine these two subarrays and these two subarrays. Okay, and again we will keep in mind that the list should be sorted. So 10 is the smallest, so it will go first, then 20 will go, then 30 will go in the resultant array, and then 50 will go. In the same way this list will also be prepared. Now we have two sublists and then again we are going to combine them, and again we will keep in mind that it will go from these subarrays to the resultant list in their ascending order. Like 10 is the smallest, so 10 will go first, then 20, then 30, then 40, then 50, then 60 and so on. Okay, so in this way it will work. Okay. So there are two parts, divide and merge, and now we will see with an example for the middle thing for dividing. What we can do is we simply the logic will be we will divide the array. Suppose array is A and we will divide it. Yes, so now we will see first the divide part, how we are going to divide this. So for dividing, we can write like, suppose we give it a name, merge sort, like this. And for dividing, we will have this array, and it will be divided from lower to mid. This will be the first part, and the second part will be array from mid plus 1 to high. Okay, so in this way we are going to divide this. And then what about the merging? When the merging part will come, we are going to merge from low, mid and high. So I will tell you what actually I am trying to say is, like in this example, how we are going to divide. We are going to divide, if this is the low part, 50 is at the lower part. So low is the index from low to this mid. We are going to divide in the first part, and the second is from mid plus 1 to high. Okay, so this is the second subarray. Again, if we see this part, then low to mid is first subarray, and from mid plus 1 to high is the next subarray. So this is the thing that we are trying to do here. So this we have to do. So this is the basic logic of merge sort. Okay. So in merge sort, basically what we are doing, we are doing merge sort with this is the divide part. Okay, array low and mid, and the second part is array mid plus 1 high. This call will be recursive, so there will be recursion. So because we are again and again going to again and again we are going to divide it till we get single element in a array. So this is the thing. Now how we are going to merge and sort together? So for that we have to write another function in which we are going to perform two-way merge technique. Now I will tell you what is two-way merge technique. Okay, so let me make a place here. Now we will perform two-way merging. So suppose there are two arrays. One array, let name it as A. This is A subarray and this is B subarray. So we are having two sub-arrays. First array contains elements like 20, 40 and 80, and second array B contains elements like 30, 70 and 90, suppose. Now we have to take a temporary array like this. Suppose we name it as C. So this is our temporary array, or we can say the resultant array, in which we are going to merge these two sub-arrays, and the resultant array must be sorted. So how we are going to do this? First of all, we will compare each and every element of first element of array A and the first element of array B. Whichever is smaller will go into C. Okay. Again we are going to compare the elements of A with the element of B, and again whichever is smaller will go into C. Okay, so in this way the process will go on until there are members or elements left in the array. Understand? After that all the remaining elements of the array will be copied into this resultant array. So for that we will take one pointer here I and one pointer j here we will take for traversing, and one counter k here for C. Okay, so I am going to make places in C because there are 6 elements, so we will make places like this. Okay, yes. Now we are going to keep one by one, like first of all I will select this element. I will check I will be equal to 0 and j will also be equal to 0, k will also be equal to 0. I also write these indexes 0, 1, 2, and this array also has indices 0, 1, 2, C 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, So now all the counters I, J and K are at 0. Now we'll see one by one how we are going to do this. First of all, what we are going to do, we will check AI and AJ, BJ. We are going to compare. Okay. So first of all, we are going to compare AI. If AI is less than BJ, okay, then CK. AI will be copied into CK. Fine. Okay. So if AI is less than BJ, then we are going to copy the AI into CK, and then because we are copying I, so we will increment I as well as we are going to increment K. So this is the first thing. Okay, else what we are going to do? Else means BJ will be smaller. So in else part, what we are going to do? CK will copy BJ into CK, and then we will increment J as well as we will increment K. Okay, so this we are going to do. So first of all, we will compare AI and BJ, and both values, I and J are 0. So 20 will be compared with 30. Which is smaller? 20 is smaller. So 20 will go in C. Okay, 20 will go in C. Now what we have to do? We have to increment K and we have to increment I. So now I will be 1. Okay, K will also be equal to 1. Okay. So now the value of I is 1 and K is also equal to 1. Now again we will compare what? AI is less than BJ. So again we are going to compare if AI is less than BJ. J is still at 0. So 40 will be compared with 30. Now 30 is smaller. So 30 will go okay in C. So like this. Now 30 will go in C array. Right. Now again what we have to do, if we are copying element from B, then we have to increment J as well as K. So now again we are going to increment this. So now the value of K will be 2 and the value of J will be 1. Now these elements will be compared. 40 and 70 will be compared. Which is smaller? 40 is smaller, so 40 will go here. Okay. Now I is pointing here, J is still at 70 and K is incremented, so K is pointing at this empty location. Now 80 will be compared with 70. Which is smaller? 70 is smaller, so 70 will go here. Okay. Again K will be incremented. K will become 4, and here I will not be incremented while J will be incremented. So we will compare 80 and 90. So 80 is smaller, so 80 will go like this. Understand? And now again K will be increment and K will be pointing at location 5, and all the elements of A are traversed, and now but remaining element is there of 90. So if there is any remaining element, then it will be copied without any comparison and it will be copied to C like this. Understand? So in this way the C array contains all the elements of A as well as all the elements of B, but in the sorted order. Understand? So this is the basic logic of two-way merge. Understand? So what will be the code of this? So we can write, very easily we can write the code of two-way merge. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to check if I is less than equal to N1 and J is less than equal to N2. So N1 is the last index of array A and N2 is the last index of array B. Okay. So while this is true, what we have to do, we have to check if AI is less than BJ, then what we have to do? We have to copy AI into C. Okay. And else what we have to do? Else we can copy the element from B J plus plus. Okay. So we have to increment also the the indices, and this is all, that is all. But now we have to take into account one condition, that is, suppose one of the array has some remaining elements. So we will check like this: while I is less than equal to n1, we will copy all the remaining elements into this C array. Okay, like this. And if some elements are, suppose in any case, some elements are left in the second array, so we will check this condition, C k plus plus, and here B J plus plus, like this. Okay, so if some elements are left in the B array, so they will be copied to C array, and in the same way, if elements are remaining in A array, then it will be copied to C. Okay, so this is the basic logic of two-way merge. Okay, and this is the basic logic, and now we are going to implement this in C language. So just we jump to that program. So here we are going to implement merge sort in C language. So I have already written the main program or the driver program, where I have declared an array X and also initialized it, and there are 9 elements in this array, and here I am calling this function div merge or divide merge, you can say. So here I am passing array here, and the lowest index, that is 0, and the highest index, that is 8 here in this function, and this is the function declaration or the prototype. Okay, so one more function we are going to use here, that is merge, and it will have 4 arguments there. We will discuss this function later, and this is the logic of printing the sorted array at the end that we are going to do. Now I am going to write this function divide merge first of all. So for that I am just going to copy this prototype, because the prototype as well as this function definition have the same syntax, like this. And now we are going to write this function divide merge. Here this is the this is our recursive function that we are going to call, and what we are going to do in this function. So first of all we will check if low is less than high, because we don't want to divide an array having one element or no element. So we want to divide the array only if there are more than one elements in the array. So for that we have mentioned this condition, and here we will find out what is mid, middle element, and we can easily find out middle by dividing the sum of low and high by 2, like this. Okay, so this is the mid, and we get this mid index or the mid value, and now what we are going to do is we will again recursively call this function div merge. Alright, and here we are going to pass this array, right? And also the first part will be from low to mid, and the second part will be from mid plus 1 to high. Okay, so that's why we are calling it 2 times. So we have these 2 parts, and then after that we after this division is completed, then what we have to do, we have to actually merge them. We want to merge them, and for merging we will call this function merge, and we will pass elements low, mid and high here. Okay, so in this way it is going to work. And yes, we need because there are more than one statements, so we need these curly braces here. Okay, so that's all. So this is about this function divide merge. So this is complete, and now we are going to make this function merge. Okay, for that again I am going to copy this prototype from here and like this, and remove the semicolon, put curly braces here, and yes. Now we have to perform two-way merge here. For that we have to do lots of declaration, like we need I here. Okay, so I should be equal to low, then j should be equal to mid plus 1, and yes, then we will also take going to take two variables like end1, it will be equal to mid, and end2, this will indicate the last index of the second array, and it will be high, and also k, it should be initialized with low. So these many elements will require here, and one more element variable I am going to take is, later on I will tell you what is the requirement of this variable here. Okay, so now we will continue with the logic of two-way merge. So it was what? While we will check while I is less than equal to end1, and also we have to check for j. So j should be less than equal to end2. Okay, then only we will continue the loop, and in loop we are going to check the conditions. And what were the conditions were like, if array I is less than array j, then we have to copy resultant array. Here I have taken the resultant array as R here, and I have declared it globally so that we can use it freely in any of the function. So R k plus plus equal to what? Array. Here we have to increment I, because I is less than array I is less than array j. So this is it. Now the second condition, the else part we have to write. In the else part, what we have to do? We have to copy. K will be incremented in both the cases, and array j plus plus. Okay. So in this way, in this condition, else part we are copying actually from the second half. So we are incrementing j here, and this is all. That's all about two-way merge. Now, yes, we have two remaining conditions where we check if there are some left over in any array, or we can say any remaining elements are there. So we have to copy them as it is. So for that we will check this condition while I is less than equal to end1. We have to simply copy all the elements of this part into resultant array. So resultant array will be like this, k plus plus, and then we have to copy this part. So I will also be incremented, and like this. Okay, the second condition is the same way we have to do it for j. So I'm again going to copy it, so like this, and here we will change I to j. So make it j, here also make it j, simply, and yes, that's all. Now what we have to do, actually we have to do one last thing, and that is I am taking one more variable here, and L should be less than num, and then L plus plus. You can take any of the variables like, but just to, so that actually we want that our array is sorted. We don't want that the resultant array is sorted. Actually resultant array is getting sorted, but ultimately we want that our original array should be sorted. For that we have to copy all these elements one by one into our array. As soon as they are sorted, then we have to copy them into our original array. That's why this logic we have to write. Okay, so that is all. Okay, so I hope that's all, and I have not. So yes, now we are going to compile it and run it. So finally, yes, so you can see there is the sorted array and we have successfully sorted it. So one thing is remaining that I have to tell you, and that is the drawback of merge sort. And I hope now you will easily you can understand the drawback, and that is this additional array that we require here, that resultant array. So the memory additional memory space is required by merge sort, which is not required by any of the sorts like quick sort, insertion sort, and selection sort. So basically it provides a good running time, like order of n log n, while other sorting techniques offers complexity of order of n square. So merge sort is, we can say that, a faster sorting technique, but the problem is that the additional memory space. So there is in data structure always there is a trade-off, especially in the sorting techniques. There are this trade-off is there. So memory efficiency or the running time efficiency. So based on your application and requirement, you can decide that you can if memory efficiency is important, then you should use quicksort or any other sorting technique, and if you want running time efficiency, then you can use merge sort. Okay, so basically that's all, and if you like this video, then please like it and also subscribe to my channel, and also comment if any suggestions you want to give or any queries are there, then please feel free to comment. Thank you very much.